My name is Elizabeth and I will be presenting the Adaptive Behaviour Assessment System as the third edition, which is also abbreviated as the ABAS-3. This is for the 5913. So firstly, we want to define what adaptive behaviour is, which is a type of behaviour that allows an individual to change a non-constructive or detrimental behaviour to something that's more constructive. So that's the ideal situation, and basically we're trying to find out if they are demonstrating adaptive behaviours with this tool. So the opposite of an adaptive behaviour is a maladaptive behaviour, and this is defined as one that is used, a behaviour that is used to reduce one's anxiety, which results in behaviours that are considered as non-functional or non-productive for the person. With autism spectrum disorder, intellectual disabilities, learning disabilities, neuropsychological disorders, and sensory or physical impairment. So there are a wide range of uses for this assessment tool. And we'll go into the features of it now. So it is a norm reference assessment, and it's sort of assessing needs that are required for a person to effectively and independently care for themselves, respond to others, and meet environmental demands at home, school, work, or in the community. It does reflect current standards for describing adaptive behaviour and diagnosing conditions of which may be impaired. So the system is available, the assessment tool is available in English and Spanish. It is running for approximately 20 minutes for each rater, so that's how long it will take generally. I guess give or take, it could be varied slightly. There are a number of different forms that are available, including for the parent and the primary caregiver, the teacher or the daycare provider, and the parent, or with adults, because the test is actually available from to apply to children from the ages of pretty much birth to adults who are 89 years of age. So it's a very huge range that it tests. So with the adult form, it is a self-administered, self-rated form, and so that is for people who are 16 to 89 years of age. So they do their own sort of questionnaire or their own rating of how they behave in certain situations. So the scoring system for the ABAS is where they add up the different adaptive components, because there are a number of different adaptive domains that are assessed with the ABAS-3, including the conceptual, social and practical adaptive domains. So when they finish these ratings of their behaviours in those domains, then they add them up as a score, and then you can always look at that score in comparison to the norm or the population that is being compared to that was used in the ABAS-3 construction. So the scoring system is it's converted into a standard score, so that enables you to see how that individual performs in relation to or in comparison to what is considered normal, I guess, with their particular age group. So yeah, it does range from high to low, I mean, depending on the score that's obtained. So this conversion score is available in the testing manual. And so we have to go into the reliability and the validity of the test to see if it is, something that you want to use for a particular situation. So reliability is defined as the degree to which test scores are dependable, consistent and stable across items of a test, across different forms of the test, or across repeat administrations of the test, according to our textbook. And for this particular ABAS-3, the internal consistency reliability coefficient is 0.95 to 0.98, just depending on the different domains that we're considering. So, given that the reliability coefficient ideally would be 1, so that comes very close to that. So it shows very high degree of reliability within the ABAS-3, and that can be implemented and the goals for the person to achieve. So yeah, these results will be able to determine, I guess, yeah, like what intervention plan would be best for their particular need. So, I mean, with the ABAS-3, there are a lot of positive and negatives. It's got high reliability and validity. It takes 20 minutes to administer. It could be used in conjunction with other forms of testing. The negatives is because it is a rater system that is used, there is a bit of a concern there. I mean, depending on the person who's doing the rating, I mean, it might not be a natural kind of environment for a child, for example, to do certain tasks and the teacher to be assessing them, and it might not show, not be representative of what that child would normally do. It could sort of skew the results a little bit. I mean, even the rater bias could be considered an issue. If you're, like, if it's a parent doing the rating, maybe they want to rate the child's behaviour favourably or negatively, just depending on their intentions. So that is a question. And also, it's not available in other language other than English and Spanish. So, I mean, ideally, in future versions, you'd want to have that available for people who speak languages other than English and Spanish. So, that is restrictive in a way. And the ABAS-3 software is only compatible with PCs. It's not compatible with Macs. So, I mean, given that there's a huge amount of people who are going towards using the Macs and those operating systems, it looks like it might be quite limited in applicability or the ability for people to actually be able to use the test. It could restrict them. So, overall this test is very interesting. It was great to research it, and I felt like I applied a lot of the knowledge I learned in 5913 to it to understand the pros and the cons and what was being tested, etc. So, I hope you learned something today, and if you have any questions, just